Hello. It's your girl Angie Goodas. Wagwan with the Wagwans. Welcome to the Big and Serious podcast. Hi. Tonight's guest is the multifaceted, multi-talented. She do everything: sing, write songs, produce, win awards, get nomination. She do whole heap. And her name is Blk Orchid, and she will be joining me very soon. I want to say hello. Listen, first of all, let me what me on them there. Let me find them all on there. Let me find me on them because you see my parents them. My have to big them up because they raised me to never be stagnant. And tonight on the Big and Serious podcast, I want to say an extra special welcome to Instagram. Yeah, man. Instagram on the Big and Serious podcast page. Yeah, man. The podcast say, yo, Angie, we don't want it on your page, you know. We need our own things. And so now you can catch the show on its own page. Like, it just gone off of my page. So don't even look for Angie Goodas' page. Go over to the Big and Serious podcast page. And you know what? I'm gonna know to find that. All right. So on the Big and Serious podcast, it is Big N Serious podcast on Instagram. So shout out to the viewers over there on the Big and Serious podcast page. Yeah, man, we are grow. You can't be stagnant. You can't do it. Tonight's big up is, listen, I'm gonna big up this show until the show happens. So if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to big up the return of Leroy Heptone's Sybils. So we're going to talk about that again. And then we're going to continue on with our serious Ting topic, which is, what is your brand? And I know my microphone is working today. It wasn't working last week, and it's working now. And before we go any further, here's my intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, Massive and crew all across the world, introducing Angie Goodas, the hostess with the mustache, big and serious podcast creator, creator and producer, big energy, big heart, when it's selector. Good evening, my people. This one is a special dedication to a woman with grace, vision and soul. Angie Goodas. When Angie speak, the whole room listens. Heart so pure, yeah, the truth she giving, big and serious, loving every session, healing words, real conversation. Lovers rock, sweet vibration, podcast flow, pure elevation. From the mic to your heart, no hesitation. Angie Goodas bring love to the nation. Big and serious, where love gets serious, where truth feel glorious. So turn it up, lean back, feel the emotion. This one your certified devotion. Angie Goodas, keep the love in motion, big and serious. Both us, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart, straight from the heart. Oh.
Yes. It's me. Let me put back on my sexy Casamigos rhythm. I want to say an extra special shout out and big up to Michael Jazz Project for my intro song. It's called the Angie Goodas Anthem. Can you imagine? Look at me get an anthem. Look at me with an anthem. Can you imagine? Yeah. So I'm gonna clap myself. Yeah. Hey, yes. So I'm so excited for today's show because my guest she's gonna come with vibes. I can just tell you that. And the excitement of airing for the first time on the Big and Serious Podcast Instagram page. Why if I talk look pioneer and say nearby, don't look for the show on Andrew Goodall's page. It not did it. Yeah, I have to go over to the Big and Serious Podcast page pa Instagram for watch it over there. So I want to say shout out to YouTube. You don't know it's the home of the Big and Serious Podcast. And if you want to catch past episodes, you're gonna hit that live tab and you can see every single episode that we have done on this show. I also want to say shout out to Twitch at Big and Serious Podcast. You want look here, the podcast it's a grow, it a do it on a thing. It's its own thing, it's got its own life. So big up to all the viewers. Shout out to Believe she found us over here. So you see, I know for a fact she used to watch us on Angie Goodas and she run over to Big and Serious and she find us. So big up yourself, big up to you. If you are looking for me, because now me and the podcast, we're two separate entities. So if you're looking for the Goodas, you're going to follow me on Instagram at Angie Goodas with 2 Z's, or TikTok or YouTube at Angie Goodas. You'll see antics and shenanigans and all them things. And you know what? Let me know if I should do like a little side thing on TikTok on Sundays. Let me know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm debating it. But if you're looking for me, that's where you can find me. Also, every other Monday overnight, could I not big them up? I want to shout out Singing P, Selector Madman, Selector Cassette Man, Brother Phil, and Calendar Man on the Roots Rock Reggae radio show. They air on Mondays overnight. Them the people that don't sleep. No, none of them sleep. Them don't sleep. Them always accost me and say, Angie, you really sleep? We don't sleep. So their show airs on Mondays overnight from 1 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the morning. Every other Monday, you can find the Goodas over there doing something called Information for the Nation. And that's at 2 o'clock in the morning every other Monday, because we love our sleep around here. We're not going to do that every week. So every other Monday. So shout out to them. Big up to them. Go over there and follow them. 90.3 FM CKUT out of Montreal. And with the interwebs, you can watch from anywhere. You can listen from anywhere in the world. For Big and Serious Podcasts, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, just look it up. You'll find them. You will find us. Shout out to Spotify and Rumble. You will hear us tomorrow. Well, Rumble, you'll see us, but tomorrow, your thing is tomorrow. So, to give a little intro to my guest who will be here in about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna run a tune. She gave me a tune to play. I don't know if I'm allowed to play it, but I'm gonna play it because she sent it to me. She sent it to me, so I'm gonna run it, right? That only makes sense to me. So shout out to Blk Orchid. This tune is called The Morning After. Let me make sure I'm gonna take off my Casamigos and put on The Morning After. Yeah, this is The Morning After by Blk Orchid. Enjoy.
Only a moment. I got to gain my composure. I got to leave. I just got to tell myself, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Fall in love. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Oh baby, what don't fall in love. Don't fall in love when you belong to me. It's more after, baby. What do you think of me? What do you think of me now? Oh, it's the morning after. I just got to tell myself, don't fall in love. Yeah. Oh, baby, oh. I don't want to. I just got to tell myself, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Oh, baby.
Yes, she says she have to tell herself, don't fall in love, my girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song by Blk Orchid. She'll be joining us soon. Avanal, I see you. Hey, you find me blessings. Big up yourself. You don't know. Welcome to the building. Yeah, Avanal. Let me ask you, what do you think? Should I really run a thing on Sundays? Do you think I should run a thing on Sundays? Let me know, because you girls wondering. And if I do run a thing on Sundays, people don't expect it to be 2 hours. That not gonna work for me. It's only gonna be a few minutes, like 30, and that's it. So, Alvina, what do you think? Should I run it? What do you think? I know what you're gonna say anyways. I know you know. I know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What should I do, girl? What should I do? I heard my guest enter the building, so in about 7 minutes I'll bring her on. I just want to quickly do the big up because, you know, like I said, y'all gotta deal with the big up, and I'm gonna big up this thing until it happens. And you know, I just like go, because I'm noticing that we're losing our icons. We're losing our icons, people. And I'm not saying that anything is going to happen. Please, I'm not saying anything is going to happen to this icon. I'm just saying, if you have the opportunity to go and see him live, then go and go see the man live. So it is the return of Leroy Heptone Sibbles, Friday, February the 13th. It's a dinner and dance. So, you know, if you want to walk with your belly, you can walk with your belly. Make sure you pay for the food first, though. Like, don't walk with a belly and you never did pay for the food, because it not gonna look so nice for you and your belly. But if you pay for the food, walk with your belly. Dinner will be served at 8 o'clock. Okay. Showtime will be at 8:45 p.m. and that is at the JCA, or the Jamaican Canadian Center, 995 Arrow Road in Toronto. You know, iconic place. I think that place has been there for as long as I have been on this planet. So big up to them. And I think the early bird tickets are still going on, so you can save $10 with your early bird tickets. And this is a flyer. I'm gonna go show this every time. People, I got tired, you know. I got tired. But it's gonna be a wicked show. You can get your tickets at all Superlicious locations. I think even at the one down in Little Jamaica. Big up to Superlicious for bringing soup to Little Jamaica. Yo, I need to go down there just to get me some soup, you know, and to like hang out and see all the iconic businesses that are down there in Little Jamaica. But they're at Eglinton and Oakwood, so people run down there and get yourself some soup. See if them have tickets and go get your tickets, early bird tickets, whatever. So on this, you got Kyra McLean, you've got Zacchaeus Cooper, Diane James, Amoy, comedians Keisha Brown and Mark Trinidad. You have MC Sandy Daly and music by DJ Corey. Tickets are in advance. They're $74.99. And remember, you have to buy your food ticket. You have to buy your food before, you know. So no matter walk in and feel like say y'all go get food and you never did pay for the food, you have to do that first, people. Walk in there with a little bit of decorum and thing. Yeah, so you can do e-transfers as well at Creative Movements 991 at gmail.com. That's creative with a K. So Creative Movements 991 at gmail.com. And of course, all Superlicious locations have tickets. Caribbean Queen Jerk has tickets. They're at 3408 Weston Road. Where else? Toronto, the iconic Jamaica House at 2541 Finch Avenue West. You can also get your tickets there. You can get your tickets at Henry's Record. I wonder if Henry still sell record for true. Because vinyl should still be a thing. If I ever learn how to DJ, I want to learn on vinyl. Yeah. Mr. Dutch, when I come back to Jamaica, I want a lesson. Yeah. So Henry's Record is at 130 Shorting Road. And yeah, go on over there. Oh, and Round Robin Mumma has tickets as well. So yeah, support. Come outside and support the ting. And I think what I'll do next week for the big up is I'll actually talk more about Leroy Sibbles. So you can't highlight a memory like a bit and thing, because like I said, we're gonna talk about this until the event happens. Yeah, we're gonna big it up. So the return of Leroy Sibbles, big up. You're welcome. And now please excuse me while I slay.
Like and subscribe.
Oh. I was so ready to slay. Let me try that again. Slay. Lord, Angie, say I need bigger buttons on this thing because it look like say I can't read it. That not really work for me. All right. So hold on, let me move this thing back. I'm sitting here messing with my computer screen, which probably should not be a thing. So like I said, my guest has entered the building. She's fixing her camera, so I will let her go on do her thing. In the meantime, between time, I heard a Tanya P song that had me a little weakish, not gonna lie. It had me a little weakish, and I did really need that song, yeah. So I'm gonna run this tune and then I'll circle back to my guest to see if she's ready. So this is Tanya P. Can't get enough. Hold on, let me organize myself because you see, I'm not really organized. Hold on there. Let me sort out myself. All right. So this is oh wait, hold on. Angie, I tried to do too much. All right, you know what? Tanya P, Can't Get Enough. Enjoy.
Every time you hold me, something takes over. I just can't explain it. Can't get enough. All the things that you have shown me, you make me so much stronger. Make me more than a woman and treat me as such. I had my share of broken hearts so many times. I gave my love to all the wrong guys. Something changed when you came into my life. You made everything okay. Oh, I used to lay in bed and cry alone every night, hoping and praying for Mr. Right. Something changed when you came into my life. You made everything okay. Every time you hold me, something takes over. I just can't explain it. Can't get enough. All the things that you have shown me, you make me so much stronger. Make me more than a woman
by Tanya P. Yo, Evertone. I love that tune there. See, I love it, man. Yeah. All right. Let me stop sharing this. Hold on there. Yo, I kind of lost my bearings for a minute there. What going good as? What going good as? Yeah, all right. Everything blessed. Okay, so I'm going to now circle over to my guest and see if she is ready. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Snotty, yeah, thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna bring you on camera and then I'm gonna introduce you. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
How you
okay?
do? I can hear you. You know what? Let me turn off my Casamigos just to make sure that we are good, you know?
Okay.
Yes. You might want to, how would it go? Raise your camera up a bit if you can, because you're high up in the frame. That's good. Welcome to the building.
Thank you for having me, Angie.
You know, you are very welcome. First of all, let me say I am so sorry that I had to cancel the show when you were originally supposed to come through. But I feel like, boy, you were meant to come through this week.
Yeah. That's
Yes, 100%. So, you know, I think I had headaches or something, or my eyes. I think it was my eyes. Usually, if I cancel the show, it's my eyes. Knock on wood, they've been doing really well lately, so we're good. We're good. But let me do my job properly and introduce you properly. So, you know, candidate Ting proper. So I'm just finding my notes here. She has over 20 years of experience in music production and is renowned for her prowess in merging different music genres. A creative powerhouse, she's an award winning, 4-time Juno nominated producer with over a decade of professional accomplishments. Collaborating with musical giants such as Red Rat and gaining 3 consecutive Juno nominations for her production on Maestro Fresh Wes's children's albums. I am pleased to have Blk Orchid join the conversation. Blk Orchid, welcome to the Big and Serious podcast.
Thank you for having me once again.
You're welcome. I'll give you a sexy horn. So usually I start at the beginning, but I'm going to flip the script today and say to you, congratulations on winning the Reggae North Music Award for Top Reggae Single of the Year. And I have to say, that was a tough category because you were up against Amoy, Selena, Paris Ivy, Tasha T, Resolution, and Tanya P, who we just heard. What was that moment like when you heard your name as the winner?
I was shocked, actually. Because all of those artists are very amazing artists. So I was shocked. So I froze a little bit because I didn't really know what to do or say, but I just let the spirit, maybe, and do what I had to do. But it was a very surreal moment, I must say.
Did it feel like you were almost floating to the stage?
Yeah, it did. Whatever they describe that feeling as, I definitely feel like that for sure.
I get it. Well, no, congratulations on that. And now I'm going to want you to like pop your collar. Like I want you to brag for a bit and tell the audience about all your awards that you can remember and nominations. Let them know we are talking to somebody big.
Goodness. I am a 4-time Juno nominated music producer and songwriter. Nominations came in the form of, the first one was for writing for Chelsea Stewart's album Genesis. She got nominated for Recording of the Year in 2019, and then the subsequent 3 Juno nominations was for my production work with Maestro Fresh West. He had children's hip hop albums that were nominated back to back for Children's Album of the Year between 2021 and 2023. And as you just said, I just picked up a Reggae Single of the Year for my song How Long at the Reggae North Awards. And yeah, it's just been a lot. I'm very proud of what I've accomplished so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy feat, all the things that you've done so far. Even like as an old head, the gray hairs and thing, these are actually real gray hairs. When I found out like you had produced Maestro Fresh West's children's albums, I was like, what? Because I remember when he was talking about doing children's hip hop albums. Um and that was like from before, like that he was talking about doing it, and then he actually did it, and was like, Juno nominations for all three, or three times, is insane. So yeah, big up yourself. You know,
Thank you.
you have to walk and loud up your thing, because and I have to say, Tesharah has mad love for you, because she was like, she is quadruply talented. She was so hyped that you're gonna be on like the week after her, right? She was just like, oh my gosh, right? With all the talent that you have. So big up yourself for real on that. So
Thank you.
let's scale it back now. I'm gonna take you down memory lane. All right. So we're gonna go back
Okay.
to when you first got into music. When was that?
I think I've been all of my life. As with a lot of musicians, their beginnings began in church, and I think I got that a double helping of the Lord because my parents went to church on Saturday and Sundays respectively, and my dad was a songwriter, and he sang in a group at church, so he his rehearsals and stuff like that, and then my parents put me in piano lessons, and they bought me my first keyboard at like 10 years old. And so I didn't really like piano lessons very much, always trying to like make my own songs on it and everything. So and then yeah, I started singing in church in the choir. I started singing in a group. Started writing songs for us to sing and everything like that. So I've been involved in music pretty much my whole entire.
Oh wow. So would you say, as somebody who preferred to, make up your own songs on the piano, did the piano lessons help, or were they like a hindrance?
Yeah, definitely. I think that they helped because it helped with music theory and everything like that. Because of that, that I know the certain notes and what key I'm in and what time the signature and all that stuff. So definitely it regard
Yeah.
to know the technical.
And I guess even like with your using your instrument, that's your voice too, and being able to be like, yeah, you probably can write music then, right?
Kind of, right. It's more when it comes to me, I either write down or I just make it as it comes.
I get it. I get it. So back then, or okay, so you did church, you did the piano lessons. Um, when did you start getting into? I mean, you said you used to write songs for the church group to.
Yeah, and then um I left the church writing like secular music. I started writing like
Mhm.
R&B and stuff at like my early 20s.
Early 20s. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Let me ask you, because growing up in a Christian home, well, they became Christians a little bit later on. So they did the party thing and then became Christians. But seeing that transition into Christianity, or being children of God, um, what was that journey like when you were like, "Hey mom, hey dad, gonna go write some R&B."
They they didn't really bother me too much about it. Like at that point I was doing my own thing, and my parents were on their respective spiritual journeys of their own, so they didn't really pester me about the kind of stuff that I was writing when I switched over into writing R&B and stuff. Yeah.
Do you remember any lyrics from your first song?
Oh, oh my goodness. No, like I can't remember. Like I had a book of stuff that I wrote from like 20 years ago. I can't remember for the life of me where I put that. And sometimes I'd pull out and I'd cringe because you're like, wrote that? Like, oh my God. So it's funny to see wasn't in your early 20s and right from a different perspective now because I'm in my now. I ain't gonna lie to you. So
Mhm.
having lived life and stuff makes for different music from a different perspective. Now that I've lived it a little bit since I started writing.
I get it. So would you ever look back, like, go back to something you wrote in your 20s and then kind of revamp it for your 40s? Are you like, that was then,
Yeah, I do. I do it all with my music, even stuff like a decade ago. Like, I'd be like, hey, that I can figure out a way to remix it or make it more modern to the time and everything. Like I've been doing that a lot, like lately. Sit on a lot of songs that I've written that might have potential, and then come back to and end up being you know something completely different than what I did.
I get it. I get it. Is that an easier, like, okay, so writing something from scratch versus going back and being like, all right, I wrote this years ago. I'm gonna come back and revive it or revamp it. Which process is easier for you?
Um, that's a good question. I think in it's it's easier for me to revamp a song because like the structure is already kind of there. Like if I have a hook and some solid verses, I can build off of that and like maybe change the melody or the cadence or the way that it's sung, and it will sound
Mhm.
different. So I think it's easier when you have something to build off of rather than having to like create something completely from scratch.
I get it. Do you ever, and then I'll leave this subject alone after. My brain
Yeah,
is just like, oh, this is really cool. Like, do you ever, like, you've got the melody and stuff, and you're like, that melody not working for me. I got to change it and use the lyrics.
yeah, that happens to me a lot. Like I might sing something that, like I write it right, but when I'm singing it a certain
I get it.
way on the beat, so I have to like restructure the way in a different cadence so it can land. So yeah, it's like a weird process to it, but yeah, that's how it usually goes
And
for
it's
me.
funny you say that because I've heard other artists that I have interviewed say that, like, one artist, Mystic Warrior, big up yourself. He was saying, like, he would voice a song sometimes, and he's like, I gotta do that again. It
Yeah,
doesn't ride properly on the rhythm, right? Um, so I get it, and I guess you just kind of get that gut feeling, right? Where you're like,
yeah, that too. You know what I'm saying? You have to like go back to the drawing board if it doesn't work the way that you.
I get it. So, as Tesharah says, you are multifaceted when it comes to music. So you got the music, the like the writing, the performing, the producing, and the musician. Do you only play piano and keyboards, or do you play other instruments as well?
No, I've picked up playing guitar the
Oh,
last three
nice.
years as well. I started taking lessons and then I started like teaching myself like through like YouTube or like guitar apps and stuff like that. And then putting myself out trying to play in front of people and trying to shake the nerves out and then transitioning to putting what I've learned on the guitar into my productions and stuff as well. So it's been a journey with the guitar.
Well, that's really cool. So I guess you like record it and then kind of see how
Yeah,
it plays and
sometimes,
play with
but
it.
I more rather enjoy like it, live and stuff like that, or just figuring out stuff to play here.
Hmm.
Um, I don't usually record like guitar stuff as much as I used to anymore, but I do fiddle around with it like for ideas and whatnot.
I get it. I get it. So 20-year-old Orchid starting out, writing her own music, playing the piano. Stupid metronome is going. Um, who were your musical influences back then?
Well, I grew listening to a lot of like R&B and hip hop, and so I think my biggest influences the top of my head would most likely be like Aaliyah,
Mm.
Janet Jackson, Erica Badu, Brandy. Um, Producer wise, I would say people like Ninth One,
Mm.
Jay Dilla, um, Missy Elliott, because she's like a writer and a producer as well. So
Yeah.
I inspired by her
Yeah.
as well.
Well, that's really cool because they do say like look to the people that do the thing that you want to do
Yeah,
and study them. Shout out to Jay Dilla. Rest in peace, sir. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you are missed. Um, really cool influences. I get it. I get it.
Thank you.
Same, like same. It's almost like aside from I did clarinet, but I only did it for a little while. Um, but yeah, I get it. I get it. Um, so which aspect of music brings you more joy? The creative process or the performance process?
I would say the creation process. To learn how to be an artist and perform more recently. Um, it's because I've been producing for so long. It's been like 22 years now since I've been
Wow.
producing music. It's just I more yeah, I find more and more pleasure in the creation process of things and to see you know take the music how how tough of time how as I've been I've been like evolving and um over the years and everything like that. So I find it more rewarding
Hmm.
um than being an artist. I'm still in that regard as the artistry
I
goes.
get it. So you really have just started the artistry part of it.
Uh, in the height of COVID, I made the step away from the healthcare industry. I spent
Mm.
like 12 years of my life doing that, and but I was um doing that, doing music, parent, and everything like that. And during COVID, I was and so I was like, I don't think I'm meant to push paper at a desk. I think so. I made the decision to quit. It's been like 6 years now that happened, and
I
pretty
love that. I'm
cool
gonna give
so
you a horn
far.
for that for chasing your dreams. Yeah, because sometimes it's easier to just be like, I got a paycheck, and so I got a steady paycheck. And even though the thing is not giving you joy, you stick to the paycheck. So I love that you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go be an artist and do this, holistically.
Because I had people like my may he rest. He wanted me to retire, and he didn't really too much like the fact that I was pursuing music, and trying to be serious with it. His fear, because he tried to chase that dream as well, trying to be like an artist and everything like that. And because
Mm.
it didn't really work out for him, he kind of projected that fear onto me. But before he passed, that I saw better, bigger for it, bigger for it than he ever.
Hmm.
That motivates me, to do what I'm doing.
I get it. I get it. Sorry, one of our viewers is saying that your connection is going in and out.
I don't know,
Um, hmm,
finicky. I
uh, do you want to try leaving and coming back?
let me see. I don't know if it's gonna make it much of a difference because it seems okay on my end. I can and on.
Yeah, because I know for me, you're fuzzy, but the
Oh,
audience is like, yeah,
oh
connections
no.
coming in and out.
Let me see what I can do here then.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you off camera. Then you can, I guess,
Yeah.
leave and come back. I'll bring you back in.
All
In
right.
the meantime, we'll do something else. We'll see you soon.
Cool. I'll
All
be
right, no
back.
worries.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you know how technology is. So we'll let her get a little bit situated. In the meantime, do we get into our serious ting topic or do we run a track? I feel like we should run a track. So I am going to go ahead and run another track that Black Orchid very graciously sent to me. It is called A Fool for Love. So go ahead and give it a listen and enjoy.
Fool me once, that's a real shame on you. Fool me again, that's a real shame on me. Fool me for the third time, am I too blind to leave? 'Cause I'm just a fool in love, and that joke's on me. Somebody tell me, am I just a fool for love? Somebody tell me, love's got me too blind to see. Somebody tell me, am I a fool for love? I don't wanna play these games with you. You play with my heart like a hand does with yours. I know my mama didn't raise no fool, but I've been one for you. Somebody tell me, am I a fool for love? Somebody tell me, love's got me too blind to see. Somebody tell me, am I a fool for love? Somebody tell me.
And that is Fool for Love by Black Orchid. We're going to see if she's ready. I heard her enter the studio. Hold on, let me pause this. There we go. Ready? I think she's okay. All right. I'm going to bring her back on. All right.
Hopefully that's better. I tried to move my modem. I can't get any of the difference.
All right. We'll try it out and see what happens. Um,
Okay.
yes. So I just played Fool for Love. I have to say, very like melodic, you know? Very melodic. So it's like, yeah, just very melodic. Like I want to send it to my boyfriend and I know he's gonna be like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Or meanwhile, I'll just be like, no, I'm just saying it sounds really nice. Do you like it? He's gonna be like, no, there's a message. You trying to give me a message, aren't you? One of those twos where you're like, oh, I want to send it to him, but I can't. Because it gonna cause a conversation that I don't want to have. Right. And we'll get into like producing and all of that in terms of doing your own music in a moment. But um, as a producer, if you could have the perfect scenario when working on a project, what would that look like for you?
Or I guess I'd be in a comfortable space, not necessarily the top of the line equipment, just you know, use already, perfect, and just to work or the perfect idea to perfect beat, or so I don't really require much. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It comes to that.
So perfect
Yeah.
space, what does that mean? Like, is it like a tropical space? Is it a space in the cabin? Like, ski country? Like, what does that look like?
I do everything here at home, and I kind of have all this like it's like a nest, right? So I around me that gives me vibes, whether it be my vinyl behind me, little things that I collected along the way as a kid or my parents that can bring things like that anywhere I go, and
I love it.
I'd feel comfortable.
I love it. So you can just bring pieces of you there. You know, that makes a lot of sense because recently I just put my poor child, she's 25, and I just put her picture like in my little office space. And now I find I'm like, hey baby, and working and just feel like better. Like even like if somebody, annoys me at work, I can just be like, okay.
Right?
So at work they're probably like, wow, she's really nice now. And it's like, nah, I got my kid beside me.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But that also shows that you're very well grounded in yourself and in your roots.
Yeah. I think that as far as feeling grounded in my right, I have to thank my parents for that, because still good values within myself and my brother, and that I that in well until my years that be treated with respect and dignity, and that I feel that I was service the gifts, so I try my best to do that with what I'm doing with my music.
So with those values instilled in you, pursuing something as, what would I say, like dynamic and volatile sometimes as music, have you ever had to walk away from a project because doing it would compromise your belief or your values? And if so, what was that like?
Definitely. I had a situation where I was supposed to be involved in a conflict project, but the project was supposed to be themed that was already copied. Somebody's similar, so I told the project leader, I think it would be a good idea if you could. This person has your registered and stuff, and so if I could have my with on your, so because of that, and they were very adamant about the decision.
Wow.
Myself, I do and legitimize in some sort of way. I want to be held liable if they to copy.
Yeah. So you're cutting it. Can you go closer to your mic?
Check.
That's better. Yes, that's better.
Can you hear me now?
That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. That they're brave though to go use somebody's copywritten name and be like, we'll see what happens. And then you don't want to get those type of strikes against you as well as you try to, grow in the industry and stuff like that. So
exactly, because your picture with standing on my moral principle, I just felt that was fit me to be involved with that. So
no, that makes sense. So in creating music, is it easier to create it for yourself or is it easier to create it for others?
I think it's easier to for your I have to think outside the box a lot.
Mm.
Being a songwriter, I from back right, so you're not, and I can get like a perspective from the how males think, and so I try to put myself in there when I'm writing for them. Sometimes it can be hard to do. As far as writing for myself, I already have an idea to sing or say or sound like. As opposed to some to me with an idea, and producers get this a lot. Somebody with this thing to sound like this kind of beat or that type of beat and everything like that, and that because I'm not a type beat making person, so I don't really like entertain when people ask. I like things my own kind of way,
Yeah, and it's like asking you to be like a cookie cutter for something that's already created. There's no fun in that,
Exactly.
right? There's no fun in that. So yeah, it makes sense. And then yeah, I've always wondered, female songwriters who write songs for males, how do they get how do they get into that? And then do you find that sometimes because you're a woman, would you say like you would say like a certain gender or something that a woman would say, but then you're like, oh wait, I gotta change that because it's for a guy. Like,
Well, for me, I think of it in a different perspective. Being cool, it kind of helps with writing in that regard because I don't necessarily have to say her or he, because you learn how to write buddy when they're listening to a song. So instead of saying her or he or stuff, to put everybody in instead of directing it to one.
yeah, that makes sense. And then you've got a broader audience that will appeal to it as well. Yeah, it's really smart. I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. So as we get into your body of work, your debut album, Lover's Groove, if you were to describe the vibe, what would you tell a prospective audience member?
That it's laid back, and it's those who want to experience love in its different forms. I would say.
I like that. I like that. How long did the EP take to create? So from writing the very first word to getting the final note laid on the last track, how long was that?
It took me about 3, because I was really, when I was in a creative streak, it for weeks or months. So I was for like months straight.
Wow.
I was writing a song every day. I was recording, and like some things didn't album because I was recording so much, and but yeah, every day I decided, okay, this is what I had, and I wanted to.
Oh wow. So this is an EP, which I guess is shorter than an album. I'm just learning this stuff. So it's shorter than an album. So did you struggle with the idea of maybe I'll just make this an album instead? Or were you like, nah, this has to be an EP?
I wanted to keep it, short, because like if I added songs, then I'd probably start losing people. With an EP, I felt reduction to the kind of music do. I do to do the an actual album up to this one that will be like longer.
Okay. And I have actually a couple questions about that, but we'll get into that in a second. EP, Lover's Groove. What's your favorite song on that project? Or even if you have one.
um, I would say it would be. Man, that's a good question. They're all good, but I think I like Slow Motion
Mm,
on there. Yeah,
okay.
just I guess I was trying to be cheating the way that I wrote. Kind of, I like it.
So
So
you're like, all right, I get it. Let me just, you know, try a thing. And
yeah,
then I guess it just turned out how you wanted it to.
caught my just hold on. Sorry, okay.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
With this album with this EP, sorry, did you produce every song on it as well?
Yeah, everything. Single Blues Empress we had a band for the rhythm. Yeah, I produced everything.
Wow. And speaking of bands, producing, do you prefer producing with musicians, or is it better for you like to just kind of computerize it?
It depends. Like if like a live band feel, then I don't resort a band to play. A thing if I feel like it doesn't have that punch that it should.
Mhm.
Um, I like make like that. Although I do enjoy, you know, hearing an idea that and, and over
Mhm.
live element. I do
Mhm. That has to be
like.
cool to really to like, you're like, I conceptualized that and now these guys are playing it.
Yeah.
Um, is it hard to then teach them how to play it, or do you like give it to them and say, "Hey, like listen to this over and over again and come back when it sounds like."
It is hard because like there's certain elements in the song that even if they don't hit it, and you have to like kind of them to properly certain have to tell them this is the way it goes or this. So yeah, I mean it's difficult. If the band is it won't be hard for them to pick up, and some of them like better when they play it.
I get it. I get it. So they will like put a little, they'll jazz it up a bit, type of thing. A
Razzle
little razzle,
dazzle.
they'll be like sprinkle, sprinkle.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. I do like. For me, I love hearing, musicians play. But I can also get into, being I was a hip hop kid, so, getting into the tracks and stuff like that. I can appreciate both. Um, I can appreciate both. So yeah, I can't even say I have a preference, to be honest. You know. So yeah, it would be really cool to create something and then have musicians come in and actually play it. And you're like, hold that note longer. um, um, so writing, so you're a songwriter. Two questions. What does your writing process look like, and what inspires you when you're writing?
Um, right. It's kind of sometimes I'll like put it in my phone or as I'm recording something quick to say. It's like a half beat styling my writing style. Sometimes the words will come first and then the beat will come after. Sometimes the beat will come first and then the words will come after the situation.
I get it.
As far as inspired by, just I guess life, because I write a lot um life and relationships and issues and stuff. Like draw a lot of my inspiration like life experience.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Which makes sense. I mean, we're here, we're living, we're experiencing life, right? So, why not get the information from that or the downloads from that? Let me just make sure that okay, I guess we're still good. Sorry, my Instagram feed looks frozen, so I'm just not sure. But I know that sometimes it'll tend to do that, and then when I catch the replay, it's still going, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Um, okay, so the new album, uh, is it almost done? Is it in the beginning stages? Like what stage are you at with this?
It's just like
Oh, wow.
I'm, um, it's longer than the
Mhm.
first one because I want more in story about of of, of love, what that might like.
So you're taking them on the journey.
Yeah,
I love that.
kind of framed in like a short film kind of vibe.
Ooh.
That's how I have it in my head.
Okay, so like each song takes you on this journey or on this path.
Right.
I like that. So is it one of those albums where you're like, you gotta listen to this from beginning to end, in order to
Not necessarily. I even had the two versions of it. One for, I guess, one for people who are like in relationships. One would go front to person, and the other one would go you're with somebody, break up, and then you find love again, kind of thing. Kind of
Oh,
like
that's really cool. You're like the album that can go with you no matter what happens in your relationship.
right, exactly. So it can apply to everybody, no matter what state relationship.
Girl, you better copyright that concept because I could just well, this album will if you listen from the beginning to the end, da 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 da. And if you listen from the end to the beginning, da 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 da. So yeah, you better I don't know what you gotta do to protect that, but I think you need to protect that because that's really cool. you know, that's a really cool I like that. Now now I'll be like I said, the man will be like, so what are you saying? I'll be like,
Exactly. Right.
can a girl just listen to music?
And this is how it might be if you were ready and break up, and then or it could be the other way around. And then things don't go the way they are, and then you're single and you're happy.
Mhm.
It can apply
To
to
anybody. No, I
anybody.
love that. I love that. And it keeps the audience broad. So, anybody could appeal. I love that. So, if the audience is looking for Black Orchid, where will you be performing next?
My next performance will be on February 9th, and doing a series Hamilton at Salt Fleet Creek. They have a um, concert series performing over the there,
Nice.
and at the end of the in fee performing Black History Month event in Parkdale for the city. That yeah,
I love that. You can send me the flyers and I'll shout it out for you. Not necessarily on the Big and Serious podcast page, but on the Angie Goodness page for sure.
yeah,
It was funny because when I had asked you for if you had like pictures you wanted me to use this time around, and you were like New Year, New Orchid, and I was like, yeah, and as you like navigate that, and I'm totally jumping like we're gonna get into that a little bit, but like even navigating that part of it, like what does that look like for me, and how do I want people to envision?
Oh, sorry, my phone was doing
That's
some. Sorry, go
no, it's
ahead.
okay. How do you envision what that's gonna look like? So I'm like people. It's funny because like people will send me stuff. Now people are sending me stuff on the Big and Serious podcast page, like DMs, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready to like post your stuff there. But if you go over to Angie Good's page, you'll see it there. So it's like, yeah, like Angie Good's page is like, I can clap for everybody, right? Big and Serious podcast. I'm like,
Right.
not so much. So yeah, I understand that. So where can the audience find your music? And more importantly, where
Um,
can they buy your music?
uh, so you like I'm Bandcamp, Bandcamp that you can directly support me there. I buy my music on iTunes, and you can find my music on all major DSPs: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all the different ones. Title, whichever one of the.
Love it. Okay. So she's everywhere. Tesharah says, big up Black Orchid.
Big up yourself, girl. You.
Love it. All right. So before I let you go, tonight's serious Ting topic is, what is your brand? So as I alluded before, you're changing your image, figuring out, Black Orchid in 2026. How has this process been for you to change your image? And what are you changing from and what are you changing to?
um, I think when I first started as Black Orchid, the artist, it was more, in your face, like more. I don't know how to say it's more sex centered, I suppose, because my first single was a song that was about that. So I was wearing a lot of fishnets and all these things, But I figure within the last year or so, I've been more getting more grounded and more tapped into uh, my divine feminine, as it were. So I think my image has softened in that regard. And I'm getting older, know, I boots and everything like that, but like you can't wear tall boots forever.
Yeah, I get it.
Look a frilly dress and all these things. Look a lip gloss. You feel me? It's not a bad thing. I had look a pitney them. They're looking up to me, and so
Yeah.
I have to reflect that as far as my brand goes. So um, like I said, people are inspired by me and they look up to me, and so I have to look the part
Mhm.
and actually be the part too that I'm supposed to be representing. So the switch up is needed um, because I feel people might think that artists are not role models, but they are, and how they carry themselves. Like younger people do look up to us and what we do and say, and so I
Mhm.
have children and everything like that. I have a 13, and so I have to keep that in mind when performing or what I'm doing
Yeah.
with guy. So
Yeah. Especially with like, I'm in my 40, well, I'm saying goodbye to the 40s like in a few months, but um, you know, we grew up in a time where like there weren't cameras everywhere. So you can live your life and nobody's gonna come back to you like 10, 15 years later
right,
and be like, you see this, you see this, right? Whereas
right,
now it's like, ooh, so even for me doing the show, I'm like, I don't want anyone to walk up to my kid and be like, yo, your mother said this, or go to work and have them like, yo, Ange, we got to go talk to HR.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
believe me, and so I
it's scary.
remember getting in trouble and stuff for my attire when I was working in the corporate job, and yes, it that was at some point too, but you could still be grown and sexy, you know what I'm saying? I still, like I said, I still like tall boots and everything like that, but there's a time and a place for
Mhm,
everything.
mhm. Plus, I'm learning the art of the sexy but subtle look. You know,
Right.
it's a powerful thing.
Yes,
um,
definitely.
so what sparked the change? Like, was there an incident where somebody was like, "What are we doing here?"
No,
Or was it just like a feeling where you're like,
um after uh, the breakup that I had last year, I just felt like I just needed to just shed all of whatever I was feeling, and that just went to me, like I said, tap of my feminine side. And so
mm,
that that meant a lot of internal work for me, and just doing a lot of like meditation and getting my feelings out helped. So it kind of went from inward to outward. I
mm, hmm. So do you think that and we never knock any versions of ourselves, right? We love every version of ourselves, and because it's a part of the evolution process. But do you feel like in that hypersexualized image there was a bit of like suppression or oppression trying to burst its way out, and so it manifested itself through how you dressed? Or was it just a I'm exploring, and I'm a explorer and I don't care, like, what
guess
was
I was just trying to find out, what where I wanted to go with my image, because the whole and when I came up with the whole man eater thing,
Mhm.
um, people
I
I
loved
think,
your outfit in that video, by the way.
thank you.
Loved you. I was like, where is she? I love that. Yeah, very nice outfit.
Thank you. I saw stuff, knickknacks and things put together. But I felt like when I put out that song and I would perform at places and stuff, people, they got the wrong idea about me. Plus, I took up pole dancing as well during COVID as a way to gain confidence, and so I'd post videos of myself, and people would get the idea about me, you and I didn't want that, so I just figured a change was needed in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Tashara says, yes, grown and sexy.
Yeah.
With the pole dancing thing, and I know my mom is probably watching, she's gonna lose her mind just now. But I have a fascination with the whole pole dancing thing. And like there are people that I follow. There's this one girl, I can't remember her name, but I wish I remembered it because I would shout her out. But she talks about like the click clack of the shoes, making
Oh,
clack. So
yeah.
literally one day I'm laying on my bed and I'm doing like the whole leg click clack thing, and my daughter walks in, she's like, is there something you want to tell me? And I'm like, nah, I just love the whole click clack thing. Like I just, and I personally, if I could put up a poll with no judgment coming from it, I would so learn how to do that, because it takes a lot of body strength.
It does. It does. I learned that doing that for myself, how much body strength it takes. But the more that the more stronger you get. And for me, doing my stage presence,
Mm.
you know, at home, it helped me. I want to go and help with the crowd and everything like that. So I can't ever knock that part of it. So that because it helped me become a
Mhm.
better artist.
Plus, there's a real element of femininity. If
Yeah.
if they if people would stop looking at it in a hypersexualized way,
Right.
it like the way they like would pull their leg, or they would like wrap it, like it's very feminine.
Yeah.
um you know
I find it's harder to. They have the poles that spin around,
mm,
static poles, and then they have the ones that's because it makes me really dizzy. But I figure that you need to be more disciplined with that because the whole different pose is
Spinning.
spinning, and I never can do that with no hands or upside down and all these things.
And it's good that you told me that the pole itself actually spins because I didn't know that.
Yeah, the pole itself
So
does
I'm
still
like,
spin.
how do they? That's gotta hurt, but it's actually the pole that's spinning.
Yeah, they have the ones that spin around too.
Makes sense. Tashara says, "Man Eater is fire."
Thank you. Yes, I love that
Yeah,
song.
yeah, it's a very good
Um,
song.
yeah. Speaking of which, Man Eater, it was an inspiration for a short film that was made. I'm very excited about that. Big up Tess.
Sorry, big them up again.
Um,
I drowned you with the horn. I'm so sorry.
oh, Francis, Mo Armstrong, Lisa Gurav, the Man Eater crew. Um, yeah, I'm very excited about that. They're planning to drop the teaser, I think maybe by the end of the month or Valentine's Day, whichever one it is. But if you need more about that, just head over to official Man Film with underscores underneath the name and Instagram, and you can catch all the action there with like behind the scenes. I'm very
I love
excited.
that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you in the short film, or are they are
No,
like,
I'm
or
not
is
in it, but I am the music supervisor on the film. So right
oh,
now,
okay.
um, yeah, we're back together, and I'm very excited about. We have some artists that we've resourced that I know and from all over. Um, that make this the soundtrack like a different vibes for everybody. So I'm looking
Mm.
forward for everybody to hear that.
So producing for a film or short film versus producing for I'm gonna. Which one's easier?
No,
Is it?
producing first for a film is harder because you, well, for me anyways, because you have to think of what kind of music that the project needs, and in my case, I didn't see the film before I started creating things. I only had a script to visualize what was going on in the scene and kind of figure out, in my head, how's this going to see? Is this going to sound menacing? Is this going to be funny? Is this going to be scary kind of thing?
Mm.
So I had to kind of do it that way. And it worked out because the director loved what I came up with and everything. So it's a little harder having to conceptualize music for something that you haven't quite seen yet.
Scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's almost like a scenario where you read a book and then they make the movie and you
Yeah.
go and watch the movie and you're like, or you're like, wow, that was better than, but like people fail to remember that you're literally using your imagination as you read it.
Yeah.
So how you see it, or how you see a character, or how you even hear a character in your mind is not necessarily what's going
Yeah.
to transpire, right? So to actually
Right.
create music, wow, that's bonkers. This is, listen, like, that's insane. It's
Thank
insane.
you.
Like, I can't even, no, for real. I'm sitting here and avid reader before my eyes decided to go bonkers. We're trying to get back into the reading. But like, how? How do you do it? I have to ask you because, you know, I have a very vivid imagination.
Yeah.
And that's just for me reading myself. So when you're like, I gotta make the music that's gonna carry the feeling of the film, and the soundtrack is so important. So how do you, like,
For
how do you, like, is it a mind map thing? Like, what are you doing to create? Like, how do you do
I
this?
I think it's a combination of things, having like a, a quirky imagination and then having an understanding of music and everything like that. Because like I said, I had like off of and kind of visualize seeing what that would.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm creating about as the song be should be in minor keys, out emotions of sadness or fear depending on what key it's in. So I out all these things as I'm reading, the script and trying to figure out what I'm going to create for that scene.
Mm-hmm. I get it. No, it's really
Yeah.
kudos to you. I have to give you your props because
Thank
that's not an easy feat. You
you.
know, not an easy thing to do. Um, all right, so we're at the last question. Um, when people hear the name Black Orchid, what thoughts do you want them to immediately have come to their mind?
Um, that I am I'm innovative, different. That I'm great. I'm a great person to collab with. Um, that my worth ethic it speaks for itself. I suppose that's what I want people to know about me. That I'm resilient and I'm trying to inspire people with what I'm doing.
I love it. I love it. Well, I have to say, I'm so glad. I'm so glad for Reggae North Music Awards because again, that's where we first met,
Yeah.
and I was like, who is this? And started exploring. So, uh, keep doing what you're doing and keep growing and evolving and listening to your inner voice and your inner compass as it leads you down whatever your path looks like, right? Um, yeah, and I love like your music is really good. I love it. Like I haven't heard a song yet that I'm like, let me just skip that one. You know. And like I said, you got me wanting to send my man songs that are gonna have him side eye me, and I'm like, it just sounds so beautiful. Like,
Just try to have them to listen to it from a unbiased perspective, not that they're sending
yeah,
him a song to send him a message.
yeah. It has to be literally one of those things where we're in the car and I'm like, babe, listen to this. If I
Yeah.
send it, because I guess our communication style is music. So if I send it, he's gonna be like,
Okay.
what is she trying to
What
say?
are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say to me? Is he will dissect lyrics like, yo, the man said this, or the woman, the person said this in the lyric. Like, what
Yeah.
is exactly is going on here? And then I get called by my middle name, and I'm like,
I'm so funny. I use music that way to convey messages if like people too, like like certain words in a song or whatever. You don't want to say it, but you let the song speak
yep.
for you. So that
I speak in music. Like I don't know, Q-Tip, he probably is sitting on my shoulder, like I would spit a Q-Tip lyric and they're like, oh, okay.
oh,
You
I love
So
that.
yeah, it's thoughts and music. And now my kid does it. She'll come to me with a Kendrick Lamar lyric and I'm like, what?
That's
So then I
funny.
gotta hit her with like a Busta Rhymes or something. But
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, so I have to be very mindful of how I get him to listen to the music. But I think it literally has to be a drive in the car and let me be the DJ and then run the track and be like, can you add this to your playlist, please? Oh, but it has been such a pleasure. Thank you for being on the Big and Serious podcast.
Thank you.
Um, I think I did ask you that. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, you can find me pretty much everywhere at I am Black Orchid, BLKORCHID, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, you can find me everywhere.
That actually raises a question for me. YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you have two channels? One's black
Do
or
I have a
black spelled
Vivo?
out.
I have a Vivo channel and I have no see the other Black Orchid is an electronica band and we've got mixed up, which is what's led to me having to shorten my name, right?
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, they're different bands. Some of my music is still stuck with theirs, but yeah, that's a different band altogether. That Black Orchid.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, not sure. So thank you for clarifying that for the audience. So audience BLK Orchid on
Right.
YouTube. Or just follow Black Orchid Vivo.
Right.
Right. The Vivo page is you're better off with the Vivo page and
I do have another one too, that Black Orchid page that I post like exclusive on the Vivo page. But yeah, for my music videos and stuff, check out the Vivo page.
Love it. Love it. Well, if you ever want to come back, by all means, let me know. We'll make it happen. And yeah, if you ever like shows and stuff you have coming up, send it to me. It'll manifest on the Angie Goodis page, not on the Big and Serious podcast page. But big up yourself and thank you for being here.
It was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you. Have a beautiful night.
Thank you.
All right, massive. So that was Black Orchid in the building. Yeah. So make sure you go and you follow. I am Black Orchid. And enjoy the music. And what I'm going to do is actually run a track and then we will get into our serious ting. So as I scroll up through my notes here, you know what? Let's do this song. This song has me in a chokehold, and I played it last week. I played it last week, and I'm going to play it again. This song I was actually able to send to the mister and have it be okay. So this is The Frequency, Dudzamil, and Black Orchid. Enjoy. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe if I did that properly. 1 second. Oh, what's going on? Okay, wait. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Let's do this. Maybe if I actually told the system to play the song, then the system would play the song. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So enjoy The Frequency, Black Orchid, Dudzamil. Let's go.
This love is so true. Yeah.
Say me no sing fake friends. They don't really stray. They wanna use us strength. They wanna see your weekend. Fight for your loving like say I be Mandela. Working for the military, I can be your soldier. Whenever it's raining, girl, I'll be your umbrella. Keep the fire burning, girl, I'll take you out of danger. Fight for your loving like say I be Mandela. Working for the military, I can be your soldier. Whenever it's raining, girl, I'll be your umbrella.
I got so I got so into the song I forgot to like come back and be like, wait a minute, I'm actually doing the show. I'm actually doing the show, Angela. You gotta anyway. The Frequency, Dudzamil, and Blk Orchid. So as we move, we got what, about 15 minutes left? Yo, we have a hard stop at 10 o'clock because your girl has implemented a bedtime for herself, and I need to stick to that. Yeah, I need to stick to the bedtime. What's going on here? What's going on? Why won't you unmute? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've implemented a bedtime, and good. So, the bedtime, isn't it? So, today's serious Ting topic is, what is your brand? Let's put on the looking glass then for this. Actually, before we even get into the serious Ting topic, I do want to shout out next week's guest. So next week, Luke's Nettoyage Ross will be joining in the conversation. January 29th. You don't want to miss it. Listen, Ross is always a vibe. And I'm sure we're going to learn how to clean something in a new way that's going to save us money. So you want to make sure that you tune in, and he will definitely be talking to us about ITEL Fest #2 out in Montreal. So tune in next week as we talk to him. Now, getting into our serious Ting, what is your brand? We started on this topic last week. We got about halfway through it. We were talking about a list of questions. We took 12 of the 23 questions that Forbes magazine believes you should ask yourself as you figure out what is your brand. And like for me, for example, like I said, Big and Serious Podcast has now become its own thing, and it has said, yo, good as we can, and I just see him. You know, my grandfather used to love talking about a story where he was him did a bad up my uncle, you know, then we are there, and he told my uncle, 2 bull can't rule in a 1 pen. I feel like that's how the podcast and me, they're like, no, good as I need my own thing. So Big and Serious Podcast has its own Instagram page, and you can watch the show over there. You can't watch it on the Angie Goodness page anymore. I'll make sure that proper promo goes out for that. But you know, as I move through and figure out what does Big and Serious Podcast look like, and how do I want it to present itself, and also how do I want Angie Goodness to present herself, you know, and that's just professional brands, right? I had to ask myself a bunch of questions, still asking myself the questions, still walking through it and figuring out that path. But also as a person, you know, as an individual, whether you're showing up at work, whether you're showing up with your relationship with your partner, whether you're showing up as a parent, whether you're showing up as a friend, as a family member, what is your brand? When you know, what do you want people to think of when they hear your name or they see your face? So number 7 on the list, because we went through 1 through 6 last week, number 7 on the list is, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? You have a magic wand and you can change one thing about, and it's not this is not a self-hate thing or anything like that. This is considered as a self-refining thing. You know, I'm gonna take myself and I'm gonna refine myself and keep moving forward, you know, in this human experience. If you could change one thing, what would it be? And then you know, go through and start working on it. Number 8, what do you like best about yourself? So this is like your chance to like big up yourself. You got to big up yourself. If I've learned nothing, the one thing I've learned that's very important is you've got to big up yourself, because in a world where they're not so eager to big you up, you really have to be your own best friend. Beyonce said, uh, me, myself, and I'm gonna be my own best friend, right? You got to be your own best friend. So what do you like best about yourself? And tell yourself that every day. Like for me, it's ironic because as a kid, I used to get teased about the eyes. Like they were big. I have a nickname that Menango use. There's probably like maybe 2 people left on the planet that call me this name, but there was a name that I would get for the eyes. And now I actually really like them. And maybe it's because I, went through a situation where I thought I won't be able to see properly again. But and thankfully, the eyes are working properly. We're good. But I love my eyes. I love the shape. I love the way makeup looks when I put makeup on. I also love how they look without the makeup. So what do you like best about yourself? Is it your personality? Is it your voice? Is it how you defend people? Figure out what that thing is and big yourself up on it every day. Number 9, what separates you from others who do what you do? What separates you from others who do what you do, right? Because, for example, I'm not, I got Tesharah dancing. For example, I'm not the only podcaster out there. I don't have the only podcast. But what makes the Big and Serious podcast different than the others? Well, I mean, Angie Goodis is the host. Angie Goodis is the host. So that off the bat, we got a different vibe up in this, right? But aside from that, what are the elements of how I do things or how we do things here at the Big and Serious podcast that is different from another podcast or other people that do it? And it's not a better than, it's just a different. Because I believe, and we all need to believe, there's enough pie for everybody to get a belly full. Like, we ain't looking for just a slice of the pie. Everybody deserves a belly full of pie or cake or meatloaf or lasagna, whatever it is, salad, but there's enough for everybody. So it's not a better than, but a different than. What makes people want to come to you? If you were to advertise yourself tomorrow, if you were to do an elevator pitch with somebody tomorrow, how would you present yourself? And let me tell you something, whether it's in professional branding or personal branding, you never know when that elevator pitch is going to happen. And I'll be transparent and say the elevator pitch happened to me last Sunday. The Goodas had to do an impromptu elevator pitch about Big and Serious podcast. And if I'm honest, I failed that. Man, I failed that. But am I going to fail it again? Absolutely not. I'll be ready next time. Trust me. So, yeah. What separates you from others who do what you do? I hope y'all are writing this down, Number 10, what are the top 5 items on your bucket list? What are the top 5 things that you want to do that you're like, and it doesn't have to do anything with like what the brand is, but it will help you figure out your identity. It'll help you figure out what is important to you. What are the top 5 things on your bucket list? I'm going to tell you right now. One of mine is ziplining, and I'm going to do it this summer. So what are the top 5 items on your bucket list? And I would say, I'm going to take it a step further and say the things on your bucket list that actually are, closer within reach, start doing them. For me, I wanted to, like, my first episode of ziplining to be in Jamaica with my dad, but unfortunately my father has passed away, so that's not going to be a thing. So I will zipline in Canada. I will zipline somewhere close to home. Not too precarious and crazy, as I've promised my child, but I will zipline this summer. Trust me on that. Maybe I'll Maybe I'll show it. Number 11, if you had to focus the rest of your life on one thing, what would it be? And that question is not an easy question to answer. But if you had to focus the rest of your life on one thing, what would it be? I can't even answer that. But it's a question that Forbes says we need to ask ourselves. Number 12, what is unique about the way you do what you do and the way that you achieve results or deliver value? So what is unique about the way you do what you do and the way that you achieve results or deliver value? So those are the 12 that I wanted to tackle out of the 23 that Forbes has on their list. I say go over to Forbes. Go to Forbes. I guess type in branding and then you'll see the article where they're talking about this. But it's so they have so much cool pointers and stuff in there. But yeah, when we talk about branding, it's not necessarily something professional. It's not necessarily a professional brand, but also how do you show up? You know, when people hear the name Angela, because Angela is different than Angie Goodas. But when people hear the name Angela, well, they're going to know that they're going to get excellent work. They're going to get integrity. They're going to get honesty. They're going to have a good time because we don't work and we don't have a good time. We need to have a good time. You might catch a little piece of patois in the corporate world. I saw it go, but work will be done well and work will be done efficiently and work will be done on time. So, and that's Angela. And it's funny that Tesharah is laughing. It's funny that I could define Angela better than I can define Angie Goodas. But I mean, I've been hanging out with Angela for the last years, 49 years. Not bugging. So, and corporately, Angela since 2003. So we've had some time to figure it out as to who she is. Angie Goodas, she's done a few things along the way. She was doing, she was podcasting with other people, and that's a totally different look than podcasting for yourself or on your own. So we're figuring out who Angie Goodas is, and we're figuring out exactly how the Big and Serious podcast shows up. I will say, entrepreneurs, artists, it doesn't matter where you are in the game. You could have just picked up a microphone. You could be, you've had the microphone in your hand for the last 50 years, or your business. Come talk to me. I will give you the same level of respect and, joy and effort and energy across the board. Doesn't matter who you are. Across the board, you will get that. So these questions, like I said, we went through the last 6 last week. So if you go over to, this is a good time to do a shameless plug. If you go over to YouTube at Angie Goodas and type in live, and you look for the Tesharah interview, you will actually hear the first 6 questions of the 12 from that Forbes list. And if you want the full 23, again, go over to Forbes, Google, type in branding yourself or whatever, and then you'll be able to find those questions. But these are great questions because they help you do one very important thing, and that's to know yourself. Sometimes we don't like taking the time to do that, but it's also necessary as you navigate through your life and figure out how you want to show up. How you want to show up. That's literally it. How you want to show up. Right? I mean, how you want to show up, right? To be effective at personal branding, you'll need to do activities outside of looking into yourself. Let me see if I should get into this next week or if I can finish this week. You know what? This is going to be a 3-part series. We're going to continue on with this conversation next week. I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to draw my little line. My little line is as good as I did stop, because I want to close out the show properly. And like I said, I've made promises to myself. And in so doing, that means that I got to end the show on time. So I will take the time to say thank you for tuning into the Big and Serious podcast. We got about 2 minutes left in the show. I'll probably end with, you know me, I'm going to end with a tune. But let me do my quick little things. So Big and Serious podcast, you're going to look for it, and then you're going to
like and subscribe.
And make sure you do that. Go and tell your friends. Everybody tell one friend, yo, if you're looking for the podcast on Instagram, you need to go to Big and Serious podcast to watch the show, because it's not showing up on the Angie Goodis page anymore. It's just not showing up over there anymore. It's got its own life, its own entity, and that. Next week, guest Ross. Big up yourself. And I know Ross is probably looking for us because he always tunes into the Angie Goodis page to watch the podcast. So I will make sure that he knows this. And literally, people, I will apologize. I will apologize because this literally transpired an hour before the show. An hour before today's show. I was like, let me try a thing and see if this is gonna work. And it worked. And I was like, what? No, sir, let me just. And I was like, well, guess what? The show I got up in at its proper home. And so that's why there wasn't proper advertising for it. But yeah, Big and Serious podcast, you got to catch it on the Big and Serious podcast page on Instagram. And of course, YouTube, it's still at Angie Goodis. On Twitch, it's at Big and Serious. So that's how that. If you don't like watching and you'd rather listen, you're gonna run over to Spotify tomorrow and give us a listen at Big and Serious podcast with Angie Goodis. And wrong one. There we go. Big and Serious podcast with Angie Goodis. And of course, Rumble, you can watch and listen. And that's at the Angie Goodis page over there. So I do want to close out with a song. I do want to close out for a song. Yes, Tesharah. Next week, you can get the rest of the list. You can get the rest of the list next week. But I'm going to close out with a song. And I'm going to tell you to have a great week. Be good. Don't be bad. I used to say be good or be good at being bad, but why should you be bad? Like, I don't like that. Don't be bad. So, sorry. You know what? We're going to run. I keep promising that I'm going to play this tune and I never do it. So big up to Mr. Just Right, the reggae realtor. I'm going to run his track because a woman of my word, I keep saying to him, I'm going to run it. I've been telling him I'm going to run it for the last, I'd say 4 episodes, and I have not run it yet. And that's not cool. So, and he's actually the reason why I changed the whole, platform that I play music on for the show. So this is Yes You Can by Mr. Just Right, YYC, and be good. Thank you for tuning into the Big and Serious podcast. It's your girl Angie Goodis. Another week in the books. Season 2 of the Big and Serious podcast. Big up to Blk Orchid. Thank you for the beautiful conversation. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Tesharah, big up yourself. Mama Goodis, you done know. Believe. Thank you so much. Albanal, troublemaker. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yes, you can. Let's go. Is it going to play?
More life, it's all about living. Sacrifice and don't you give in. Time to plant your feet, stop spinning. Sow your seed to reap, that's winning. Too many wanna see you down. Funny, all of them a clown. Stand your ground and let it be known. Straight from the most high, wear the crown. Absolutely, yes you can. Anything you wanna be, yes you can. Everybody come join with me. Yes, you can. This is what I like to see. Yes, you can. Yes, you can do anything you want. Put your mind to. Don't say you can't. I like the thoughts that you're thinking. I like the way that you're moving. Talking to the
JA to Ghana. Don't turn back, no mercy, no surrender. Red stripe, I go kill out Corona. Cheers to the girls, pine and ginger. Hands up now, stick up your finger. Bum, 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 to becoming a leader. Absolutely, yes you can. Anything you wanna be, yes you can. Everybody come join with me, yes you can. This is what I like to see, yes you can. Yes you can do anything you want, put your mind to. Don't say you can't. I like the thoughts that you're thinking, I like the way that you're moving. Talking to the future generation, I'm here for you, admiration. Yes you can, yes you can. Come on and make a step now. No regrets, let me show you how. Woo! Pen to paper, don't wait till later. Thoughts in your mind, I go design your future. Best behavior to run all the haters. Trust me on this one, you will thank me later. You will thank me later. Come on, let's make you greater. Absolutely, yes you can. Anything you wanna be, yes you can. Everybody come join with me, yes you can. This is what I like to see, yes you can. Yes you can do anything you want, put your mind to. Don't say you can't. I like the thoughts that you're thinking, I like the way that you're moving. Talking to the future generation.